Perceptions of life in the world. Beloved, you must know that many are out there in the world who would cry from joy to be blessed with all that you have in your life that you may take for granted, that you perhaps do not take any notice of nor once consider singing out to me, "Thank you, God." Beloved, don't expect a guilt trip from me. Guilt is not wonderful. Guilt doesn't help you digest your food. I do not ask you to harbor guilt. Guilt isn't your friend. Guilt doesn't serve you or anyone. I ask you to enjoy your God-given food. Be good-hearted. Do good, yet absolve your heart from imposed guilt. Have you been long taught to bear guilt for another's lack? As a young child, your well-meaning mother told you to clean your plate because there were hungry children out there in a poor country with no food to eat at all, while you waste food. Your mother may have shown you how to carry this guilt around with you behind the scenes. What were you supposed to do? If you could have reached your little hand out far enough, you would happily have shared your whole plate of food or more with the hungry child equally deserving as you sight unseen. Take joy in life. It is not joy for you to think about the inequality of life, all that you have and all another child has not. You did not take food from another's mouth. Guilt is a burden, not love. No, guilt is not love. Guilt is a heavy penance. I do not encourage selfishness nor do I encourage guilt. Neither uplifts the world. Guilt is not from joy nor love, no not, do not reap guilt. Reap the sun. Yes, beloved, life is not so simple. Don't carry all the troubles of the world. Guilt isn't virtue. Guilt is down in the mouth. Find a way to light the stars. When you laden yourself in guilt, then what irresponsibility must you be accusing me, God, of, whether you consciously think it aloud or not? I have no desire to remind you of those days in your childhood when your well-meaning mother might have opened your eyes to the poor children in Russia or in China. And, if your counterpart were lucky enough, he would go to sleep hungry under a tree or under a bridge. If he bemoaned his mother for anything, it would be because she was absent. He would not wake up bemoaning his mother for waking him up. If he bemoaned anything about his mother, it would be that she was absent. What if you had to bemoan the lack of a mother rather than to bemoan the presence of a watchful mother? What if it were not necessary for you to watch out for weight gain but wonder where you might find your next crust of bread? It is not my idea that either child forever be held responsible for when and where they were born. What good can you give to yourself or to a world that you have ultimately been found guilty of? At the same time, there is also another consideration of what is truth. The high thought that you have heard me say to you, who art myself, that everyone is responsible to everyone for everything is also true. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff.